Diversity visa lottery selection. Last year I made a video about how are the winners getting selected, but from last year to this year there are so many things have been changing in between. In the special, when we are waiting for the video lottery results, many people, especially those who they are not going to win, they might find different reasons as to why they didn't win. Some people, they get hard on themselves. Some people, they feel that this system is going maybe against of certain people. I've heard so many rumors, maybe I'm not going to win because in the picture maybe I had beard, or maybe on the pictures, or maybe I didn't have makeup, or sometimes some people, they have a certain reason, or maybe my name is of this kind of religion, or of this kind of background. So some people are trying to find some sort of reasons why they are not selected. So even if I did this kind of videos more or less the same, so I want to give more update on the selection process, and I'm going to answer how are the winners going to be selected for the diversity visa lottery. I know you are excited and you are waiting for the results. Welcome everyone, this is Ernest Boniface Makulilo, EBM himself, the founder and CEO of the EBM Scholars. Before you continue, please hit the button to subscribe and the notification bell to be in a position to get all the videos when I'm posting on my YouTube channel. I would like to say thank you for your continued support so far for this channel. So let's go to the topic, and which is a very direct topic, the diversity visa lottery selection. What is the process? So the diversity visa lottery process starts with your application, because application, there are certain requirements, or there are certain things they're going to look at them at the beginning after finishing applying, and those kind of things you're going to do during the application will be determining whether you can go to the next process of the selection or not in the second process. So I want to divide these processes into two main categories. There is the first category of people who will be completely rejected from the start, even without going to the second stage. So there are stages. The first stage is just like they are going to look like, does this person who is applying meet, there are certain application checkup systems. If you go through that tunnel, you are going to be into the second process. We have to know the following things. One, at the first time you are going to apply, we are going to deal with the machine, we are going to deal with the computer. So they are not, the US government is not going to look at, oh, this name is from this kind of country, or this is a male, this is a female. There is no such thing during this kind of process. Once you apply, your name has been given a confirmation number. So what they are going inside is the confirmation number, and the confirmation number is linked to the country of eligibility. So I just want to make sure that they are not going to do like, okay, how many Muhammad, or how many Ernest, how many John we have given this visa this time. They are not looking about the names of the particular person. It's just overall the country of eligibility and the confirmation numbers of people. How does that work? So the first step, I was saying, like, there are some people are going to be rejected from the start, and this is a process I call the technical knockout of the first 5 seconds of Mike Tyson. You are going to be completely knocked down. You are going to be eliminated. If you do the following things, some of the certain things, you are going to be eliminated. For instance, each person is supposed to do one application. One person, one entry. Meaning, Ernest Boniface Makulilo, you have submitted application 1, yes, is good. But if you have done more than one application, it means it's a duplicate. More than one application, they are not going to do whatever. You are going to be completely knocked out. You are going to be eliminated from the going to the second stage, which is will be the chance of being selected. So if any person, you have done 2 applications, and by 2 applications, listen to me very careful. There are some people, when they are doing some sort of application of the when they are doing some application, they had some internet problem, or the website sometimes was, you know, sometimes the website on the first day, second day, or the last day, usually it is very, very jammed because so many people are trying to access the same website, it becomes slow. So sometimes when you are quickly going to submit like your application or go to the next stage is going to collapse. So at that point you didn't apply. Application counts when it goes up to the final stage. It writes the word success and it will give you the confirmation number. If there is no success in the confirmation number, it means you haven't applied. So application, if you did until the end, you get the confirmation number and you go again to do the second application. So don't waste your time to wait for the results, whether you're going to win or you're not going to win, because you are receiving the big punch from the beginning. Even you didn't go to the second phase, which will be like now the time of the real Champions League, where winners or people who are going to have the chance of winning will be in that kind of stage. So the first one is a completely knockout. You are going to be knocked out at the first stage because you did a duplicate application, more than one application. It doesn't matter whether you tried to change the name. It doesn't matter what you are going to do. On this phase, there is one requirement which I'm not so sure on this one. There is a requirement of about the photo to be with white background. So if it's blue background, I believe the machine will be able to detect. I don't know. I'm not so sure about that one. But usually we have different kind of white. Some people, they are bright white. There are some people it's a little bit darkish white or yellowish white. Obviously, they consider that as white. The photo you applied, used to applied on the DV lottery will not be used when you win to determine whether it is exactly the same photo. So don't worry about that one. But obviously, if the photo was, the weight was above 240 kilobytes, it will tell you the photo is above the weight, above the size. But they cannot, during the application, they cannot determine, tell you your background photo, the background is not, the background is maybe is blue. They cannot be able to detect that during the application. They will sort out down the road. So that is something you need to know. I have seen people who have won the DV lottery, have helped them to edit the photos. Their background was not a pure white. So don't worry about that one. What I'm worrying is if you are putting the green background, blue background, I'm sure they might be able to sort out if you are going to win or not. They are going to eliminate you on that, I believe so. But apart from that, the other thing which they're going to look is about the country of eligibility. So there are two things you need to know. Forget about where are you at the time of application. But if, for instance, you are in the United States, but you are a citizen of Kenya, it means you will apply as Kenyan no matter where you are. This is very critical when we are going to the second stage, because some people, they think that if you are, the person is helping to apply in America or in another country, will be able to find a different way to make you win. No, the eligibility is based on your nationality and or citizenship. But there are some people are born in countries where they are not eligible countries. For instance, you are a citizen of Nigeria, for instance. Nigeria is not eligible country in Africa. Or you are a citizen of Bangladesh. Bangladesh is not an eligible country. But you are married to someone from Ghana. You are allowed to apply. Yes, you are a citizen of Nigeria, but the country of eligibility is different from the country of your citizenship. Is allowed. You can apply based on the eligibility of your spouse. So that is allowed. But if you put the country of eligibility, a country which is not eligible, for instance, you are Nigerian, you got to apply, you are a citizen of Nigeria, and the country of eligibility is Nigeria, the Nigeria is not eligible, so they will eliminate you automatic. You must be from the eligible country. That is something, that is the second knockout, people will be eliminated. Then let's go. People are asking about those who are coming from the countries with the travel ban. The travel ban doesn't affect anybody on this stage. The travel ban will come to affect you on the time of going to the US Embassy for the visa interview. But out of that, it doesn't affect you. Because why it doesn't affect you? It's because the assumption is everybody, as long as your country is still eligible, Tanzania, Sudan, those countries there in the travel ban of the green card lottery, for instance, what is happening is they are going to give you you be the winner, but you will not be given the visa until your country is removed from the travel ban. And I will explain why they are going to give more numbers of winners, and one of the things about the travel ban and the other reasons before I end this video. How will that play part in the second part of going to the visa part? So the first stage is just eliminating all those kind of people. At this time, there is no way they can know that your name, you put a incorrect spelling of your name. If your name, for instance, is Ernest Boniface Makulilo, and you put your name is Ernest Boniface but with a P-H-A-C-E instead of F-A-C-E, machine doesn't know what is your real name. It doesn't know. So you go through. Those are the things you'll be sorting out when you are filling the FIA form DSC-260. Those are the information you're going to do out at the US Embassy. The machine is not going to know whether you put the correct or wrong date of birth, because they do not know. You are feeding the information. Those are going to sort out on the DSC-260 and the US Embassy when you go to the visa interview. So don't assume like, okay, I was not selected because I put a mistake of the place of birth, or I put a mistake, I'm married, I put a single, or I'm single, I put married. At this stage, the machine doesn't know whether you are married, whether you are single, and there is no preference whether you are married, whether you are single. Each individual will be processed as main applicant separately. Usually we say those people who are married, they have higher chances, is because they have two applications. Husband is applies as main applicant. If husband wins, comes with the wife, and if the wife applies as main applicant, that means you have two chances, but there is no preference of one over the other, because that's the reason some people I see, they are trying to lie and say they are married where they are not married. They are thinking that if you are married, you will be given higher chances. No, the chance, even if you are married, when you apply, you say you are married, you are treated as main applicant alone, but the advantage will come with your wife, and your wife is going to apply. If the wife wins, she comes with you. So each person will be treated as a single applicant or main applicant. So that is the first stage where they are going to do that kind of thing. Then they take you to the second stage. That was knockout. Then on the second stage, everybody is put in there. So before they start running out the machine, it is a random computer generation, random selection of the computer. So how do they do? The world is divided into 6 regions. These 6 regions are different continents. So there is Africa as a region, there is Asia as a region, there is Europe, Latin America, Oceania, whatever, all the 6 regions. So each region is assigned the certain percentage. Very, very important. Each region is assigned certain percentage. Africa usually has the highest number of winners, highest percentage. And how do they determine the percentage? They determine the percentage based on how many immigrants from that region are already in the United States of America. And by immigrant, we don't consider international students. We're not considering international travel. Immigrants are people with a green card already in these countries. So for that case, Africa has a less or lower number of immigrants in America. Immigrants, I mean people with immigrant status, which is green card already, or US citizen already by naturalization. So for that case, Africa gets very, very higher percentage. From 36% to 40-something% are winners from Africa. Each year, 20 to 25,000 winners are coming from Africa. So sometimes it goes nearby 50% of winners are coming from Africa. If you look on the statistics for the past 10 years, all the winners from Africa is around ranging from 20,000 to 25,000. So Africa has a bigger chance. So each region is that way. Then it's followed by Europe. Let's say Europe is getting maybe, let's say 20%. I'm giving example, 25%. So once they give that percent, then all Africans, all Europeans are competing among their own region. So you are told Africa is a region, you are going to have 25,000 winners. or 22,000 winners based on the percentage which is allocated for Africa. So if the country, all Africans, the total number of applicants from Africa is 3 million, it means 3 million people from Africa will be competing against themselves to get those 20 or 25,000 winners. So that's how you compete. So it doesn't matter whether the person who applied for you or helped you to apply is in America, is in Germany, is in whatever country. It doesn't matter. Your eligibility is based from certain country. That country is from this region, so you are competing from that region. So that is something you need to know. So at that moment, the machine is going to put a random number selection from out of these 2 or 5 million applicants from Africa. We're supposed to take 20,000. The machine, or 25,000. The machine will take out the numbers, confirmation numbers. They don't care the name is, your name is just Barack Obama too. If you have that name, they don't care about the name. They don't care about the gender at that moment. It's just the machine is going to generate, boom, these are the numbers. The lucky numbers are winners. But when they're going to select, they're not going to select 50,000 winners. The maximum number of visas, listen very careful, the maximum number of visas to be issued is 55,000 visas for the lottery. But the winners, they can be more than that. But the one who will be given the visa is 55,000. That's the maximum. But if you go to the actual data, how many people have been given the visa, it has never exceeded 52,000. 2 times is just 52,000, but most of the time is 49 up to 50,000. That's why we say the winners are 50,000, because those are the ones who are actually going to get the visa. But the winners will be winning, will be more than 70, sometimes up to 100,000. So don't be surprised when you win. Your number is, case number is called 2021 AS if you're from Asia, AF from Africa, and then the number might be 95,000 number, or will be 75,000 number. Don't be surprised. Yes, you are the winner, but don't start announcing to everybody that, oh, I'm going to America next year. Don't say that, because you never know if they will reach your number. They are going to process the number as the earlier the number, the smaller the number, they go up. So if you are 75,000 number, you have to hopefully many people not to be given the visa, then they can come to reach your number. So for that case, how does that work? So why they take more people? Because there are some people who do not know if the results are out. There are some people they even forgot if they applied. Someone applied for them, and maybe someone forgot. They are not going to see the results. So there are those group of people. So if they are not going to apply to fill the form DS-260, they are not going to apply for the visa. That means that visa has to be allocated to another person, because remember the maximum number is 55,000 people will be able to be given the visas. Then they will come to the countries which are on the travel ban. So remember, there are 13 countries which are on the travel ban. If you remove, for instance, Nigeria, which is already eliminated from the V lottery, if you take the winners from the rest of the countries, there are almost more than 10,000 winners coming from these countries. What I did, I went to look for last year and the year before, how many winners are coming from Sudan, how many winners are coming from all the countries on the travel ban. Then I just did some addition of all those numbers, and it came to about 10,000. So if your number is 60,000, you are likely to be getting the visa, because remember there will be like 10,000 people will be not getting the visa based on just from the countries of the travel ban. Then there will be the number of people who do not know if they have won. They are not going to check the results. Then there will be the people who do not have public charge. I'll give more information about public charge in a separate video. Then there will be people who maybe they say they have education, they don't have, they just end up in primary school and they don't have 2 years of qualifying work experience. Then they are going to be denied the visa. So in the end, there will be even 15,000 people addition will be given the visas. So that is how it works. But overall, don't get celebrating, don't start insulting people, don't get ahead even if you get to winning, especially if your number is above 50,000. because you are just like a reserve, depending on how many people will be able to process. And that's why I usually tell people, once you win the DV lottery, make sure that you fill your form as soon as possible. There is no timeline, but if you are waiting until July 2021 to fill the form, obviously there are so many people in between. So make sure that if you have won and you know the host in US, fill the form this June. Make sure that you just finish your thing. The more you finish earlier, the more they'll process your document. The first come first served basis. Because if you don't submit, if you don't fill the DSC to 60, they assume you haven't seen the results yet. So they will process the people who are coming in front of you. They will process, if there are 55,000 people, even if your number will be even 10,000, you are gone. They are not giving you the visa, because the maximum number of visa have already been allocated and have been received to those people. So that is a quick way on how the DV lottery selection works. So it's a purely lottery. That's why if you don't win this year, unless otherwise you apply it twice, so you know that's your mistake. But if you apply this year and you didn't win, it's not because of your fault, it's because this is a purely lottery. There is nothing you can be able to do than applying in a proper way. If you are married, say you are married. If you have kids, put the kids. Apply once, put all the information, and then just let it go, leave it to God. If you don't win, apply again next year. It is free of charge. I mean, obviously, if you win, you have to pay, but it's free of charge, the entire process. What are you losing for that case if you apply and don't get it? So that is how selection is done. Don't be hard on yourself in case you apply and don't win. But the most important thing I want to remind you, next year, I mean this year, October, when you are going to apply, if you don't win, make sure that you apply on your own. Don't trust anybody to fill the form on your behalf. Even me, don't trust me, because I do not know your name. I might put a mistake on the name. I can put a mistake on the date of birth. I can put a mistake on the place of birth. That's why I encourage people to apply on your own. You are expert of your life. You are responsible for your life. The diversity visa lottery form is very simple. Name, date of birth, place of birth, marital status, education level, full stop, whatever those content information, address. But if you give me, I do not know those had the name in your village. In the end, I put incorrect information, and then you are coming to ask, how can I do this one? Because you didn't fill on your own. So make sure that you fill on your own, you take responsibility of your own life, you take charge of your own life. So that is how the diversity visa lottery selection works. It is a purely lottery, random. So usually we say in every 350 to 400 applicants, they are taking one, just the ratio of winning. But it depends on the region. Africa as a region has more applicants than any other region. For instance, the country of Ghana has almost nearby 1 million in applicants. Ethiopia has a lot of applicants. So for that case, you find just Africa alone can produce. That's why the number of applicants, more applicants are from Africa. That means you compete a lot among ourselves. So don't be hard on yourself. It's just the matter of luck. You can apply for the first time, first year, you win. Sometimes people have applied, this is the 7th time they've never won, but you never know. Maybe the 8th time is your time. Keep applying. If I'm in your shoes, I keep applying every single year. I don't care what happens. As long as it's free, as long as the DV it continues to be there, I'll continue applying until the day they are going to suspend it. While I'm applying, I'm looking for other ways on how I can reach my dreams. If my dreams are to come to America, what other possible ways can I use in order to reach America and succeed in what I want to do? So those are the things you need to consider. You need to plan about it. Lottery is one among the ways to reach what you want, but what other ways you need to do? That's why on my channel I talk so many other things just beyond the DV lottery. There are scholarships, there are internships, there are volunteering, different ways on how you can be able to reach your dreams. And there are dreams you can be able to reach in your own country, even without coming to America or going to Europe. So let me end up here. I think this will be able to highlight some of the processes and some of the things people were thinking they are doing mistakes. But that's why you need to know the processes. Winning the DV lottery is not a guarantee you'll be getting the visa. That's why they are going to take more than 55,000 people. They are taking 70, 80,000 people, winners. But in the end, who are going to be given the visa are 55,000 people. Make sure that you didn't lie on filling the information about your children, information about your spouse, and the most important, have all the documents. I'm going to make another video to more decode or just give more explanation about the, especially the information about the public charge, because that is one of the most crucial thing which is happening right now for many applicants, and that will be the one of the bases many people will not be able to meet the requirements. So make sure that you have everything possible to have as a document as a winner, so that you can be able to come to America instead of going through all the processes and you are not going to be given the visa. And remember, after paying, they're not going to return the money for the visa process. They're not going to return the money for your medical. If you paid those one, you are not going to be given the visa. Game over. So make sure that you have everything qualifying, so that you can use your money, but you are going to reach your dreams. So thank you, everyone. Remember to subscribe before you sign out on this particular video, and share with others so that you can all be beneficial is coming up for the DV lottery. Thank you, everyone, and goodbye.